Hey everyone, it's Son of Beast here, and Chris the Beast here, and me Phone 11 here. This is another big matchup, as only tonight's game is at 9:30. This matchup is going to be it between the Canada versus the USA team. The Ducks and Oilers are back at again here in Edmonton, Canada. The part of tonight's game, as we've seen things before, it was a big mad battle of the matchup. Anaheim Ducks are looking to see its comeback victory for the winning against the Oilers. And as they won since 2017, they're about to find out if it can definitely take things over and move on to the next round to face against the Vegas Golden Knights in the second round at Vegas. This part of the team doesn't really mean to be everything. After beating against the Utah Mammoth, it was a great season for them. But as for the Golden Knights, they move on back in the second round. So therefore, the only teams that we might be seeing could be the Oilers that move on to the next round, or the Anaheim Ducks might win it all and move on to the next round to see if there is enough room for evidence to see if they can win against the other teams as well. No better American can stand the point, and the Canadian team is doing all what they've got. Tonight's starting goaltenders for the final game is Lucas Stolstall for the Anaheim Ducks and Connor Ingram for the Edmonton Oilers. And Connor McDavid's taking on one of the best, Leo Carlsson, on the other hand. Now for my next broadcasting partners I have across here is James Zabalski, and joining us here will be Cheryl, and for the others, it's going to be a wildest game of the life. This is the last part of the game in the Pacific matchup before tomorrow night's game in game number 3 of the Penguins and Flyers. Who's going to take it all? Let's see where it goes. Now enjoy yourself. Time to see who wins this game. Ducks, Oilers, coming up next on EA Sports. We'll see you folks later for the intermission and post-game show.
Hi everybody, welcome to Edmonton, Alberta, the site of some of the greatest players in NHL history. The Oilers ready to roll here tonight on the ice. Both these teams look ready to go, as does the official. Let's bring it on. The Oilers take possession here on the opening draw, and we are underway. Grabbed along the boards by McDavid. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Oh, he gets a blocker on it. What a stop by Dostal!
Well, you don't make the save if you're not dialed in and focused. That's exactly what he is. He's following the puck and just makes that save. It's incredible, really, because you got to be athletic to be able to react that quickly.
Anaheim's got the puck along the boards. Along the side, here they come through the neutral zone. Picked up along the wall by Seneca. That's blocked. The Oilers take it across the line. Tries to feed it over to Ekholm. Pass to the paint. Scores! And this place is rocking and rolling now.
Well, I'm not sure what the coach said in the pregame speech, James, but it certainly worked. They came out ready to play. Anytime you're in the grade A scoring chances and you're funneled tight to the net, you want to make sure you get a quick release shot off. There's coverage there. It's all about accuracy at that point, and he doesn't miss. Exploded all at the same time with an absolutely electric start getting on the board early in the opening period.
Off the post!
The Ducks trying to shrink their deficit, but it won't get done there as they wire it off the pipe.
Quick pass to Draisaitl. Intercepted at center by Carlsson. Moves the pass in front, and he denies that great opportunity there. boards. And they come up with possession off that battle. Feeds it over. Blocked, although that might be a save.
Well, that is a save, James. I don't think the goaltender would have gotten to position in time, and he's able to take it away.
Taken along the wall by Terry. Grabs the puck. And look at this. They've really ratcheted up the intensity here. Takes a shot. Goalie with a stop.
Ingram's found his rhythm here, James. Looking real nice in his crease, the way he's moving, taking away a huge opportunity for his opponent with that high-danger save.
Lots of time left in this period. 1-0 the score. Paling's won it off the faceoff. And they'll get a breather as the goaltender covers it up. Paling's won the draw here in the defensive zone. And a poke knocks the puck away. Anaheim's gained possession. Here's a short pass to Paling. The Ducks take it along the wing. The Oilers
Plays assisted by number 22, Matt
sent into the offensive zone. The Ducks gain control of the puck against the wall. Anaheim's got it in their own zone.
Time to go, 11:46 seconds in the first period of playoffs. Zach Hyden's first goal in the playoffs. First goal against by Matt Stanley. And it takes Echo.
Gaining momentum.
36 seconds in the first period of the
Turned
playoffs.
aside with a glove by Dostal. Picked up along the boards by Trouba. Inside the defensive zone, moving the puck. And now he tries to get it across to Seneca. Oh, what a move to get by there. Big time stop.
Dostal's able to deny that scoring chance right from the slot area, James. That's a beautiful one.
Denies him.
What I love about this sequence of saves is knowing where the puck is, and his awareness is outstanding. He finds it, he makes the save. Not once, not twice, multiple times.
And there's the whistle icing the call. Plenty of playing time left in this frame. Edmonton's up 1-0. And they win the face-off and set up to go on the attack.
The coach and team reminding each other that this is a critical face-off. Anytime you've got your opponent on their heels, after an icing, you have to find a way to have urgency in attack.
The Oilers have been the dominant team here midway through the first period, and they lead it. Edmonton's won the draw, and they'll go to work. And he makes a save, and that had some hot sauce on that one. Picks up the puck in his own end. Can't keep a hold of it after that hit. The Oilers have it now. McDavid's got it across the line. Oh, great move to sidestep the check. Anaheim's got it along the wall. Carlson's got the puck. Shot! That goes off a twig. Edmonton's got the puck in the defensive end. Here's a shot! Moves it quickly over to Terry. Oh, big-time use of physicality on that one.
In order to dictate the tempo of the game right at the onset of it, you want to make your opponent think and hear you coming, and that's what he does with that first hit. Let's have another look at that monster of a hit there, James. You got to love it. You have to have great timing, and you got to know when your opponent's vulnerable.
And both centers glide into the dot as a face-off set to resume. Tri-Cytles won it in their own end. Slides the cross-ice pass. Takes it across the blue line. Takes the feed. Gives them nothing in front.
Does a great job with some great pushes to get to the top of his crease and make the save from a high-danger area.
Dostal's got the puck, and he's going to hang on. Nearing the midway mark of the period. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. Offense his own face-off, and he wins the draw. And he hits one of his own teammates with that shot. And a stick break setup. Feeds the puck across to Paling. Avoids the poke check. McTavish is going to play it to the corner. Here's a rocket of a shot. Turns it away. Ingram's going to keep and hang on for the whistle and just slow it down a little bit here.
As a goaltender, you always have to be mentally focused and ready to make a save, James. He hasn't been busy this period, but they're in the lead, so it's a safe play. He elects to hold on.
The Ducks win the faceoff. Slides it across. Quick feed to Carlson. Slides the puck over. Here's a chance. Oh, and he just got enough of that to keep it out. Back to the point he goes.
Love the pressure on this shift, really dictating pace. They're like a wave of momentum, and they're tough to contain.
Stopped by the goaltender, getting a piece of that one. Oh, here we go. This team knows how to turn up another gear, and they've done that here. Quick pass to Zellweger. Down the wing. Oh, there's a hit. Shot. Good save in front by the goaltender. Look at this battle for the puck here along the wall. Oh, what a stop. And the defenders take possession. Grabs the puck along the boards. Back to the blue line to Zellweger. Carrying it here in the offensive end. Looking for options along the outside. Scores! And the scratching and clawing has paid off as we are back to even.
Well, we're back to evens, James. I really like their game. I mean, when you're pushing and you're trying to find a way to get ahead and on top, you have to trust the process. That's exactly what they've done, and they've been rewarded for it. This shift is more than just a goal, James. It's about everything that tied into it. Relentless pressure, being tenacious. And you know the coaches will be showing this kind of video in practice tomorrow. Why? Because there was a collective unit that was fierce on the puck, and they knew exactly when to drive the lanes. They just simply wore their opponent down and capitalized.
The Ducks' hard work pays off as we are back to even in this one.
Yeah, and halfway through the period, now you're looking at the details of the game and how you can get yourself back, and that's what coaches will always preach here, James. And I feel like there's been an urgency to their step, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Moves it over to Viel. Anaheim's got the puck against the boards. Passes it in front. Great defensive heads-up play to pick it off. The Oilers take it along the wall. Crouches. Scores! On time finish, and they take the lead.
Sometimes you can feel a momentum swing, James, and you can tell that they're playing with more confidence, and as a result, they get a little puck luck and they put it in. There's something about the jump to his legs on this shift here, James. You just knew that he was going to drive play, and that's exactly what he did by winning the loose puck battle and then taking it to the net for the goal.
After that last goal, Cheryl, what do you wait for here now? Do you anticipate the counter-punch, or do you look for the continued push attack?
You got to continue to push attack. There is way too much runway left in this game, James. You're in the first period. You got to find a way to continue to compete, continue to maintain the momentum, and put your opponent on their heels.
He's assisted by number 51, Olin Zellweger, and number 23, Mason McTavish. Time to go, 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the first period of this. Ryan Billy, his first goal of the His first goal of the game, assisted by Owen Zellweger and Mason McTavish. At 11 minutes, 30 seconds in the first period of this.
Great stick work as he pokes it away. The Oilers gain possession along the wall. Grabbed along the board by Bouchard. And now he passes up to Kapanen. Tiptoes around the poke check and makes the save.
Great positioning by the goaltender to redirect it to the corner, getting it out of danger.
Gudas takes it across the
His
line.
second goal of the playoffs. His second goal of the game. Scored by number 18, Zach.
Scooped up along the wall by Seneca. Oh, he
He's assisted by
to keep it out.
2, 9, 7, 3.
of this period. Edmonton's got a slim lead. They lead it 2-1. And off the draw, they take possession. And now it's to Woolman.
Zach Hyman, his second goal of the last.
Dreisaitl's taking it from his own end.
By Maximilian and
Drops the
Connor
puck
McDavid.
in.
12 minutes, 18 seconds in the first period of the playoffs.
Sends it out front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. Moves it to Carlson. And it's a quick pass to Seneca. Puck exits the zone. Taken by Seneca. Drives to the paint. They tie it up. They tie it up with the goal.
Oh, that is huge, James. They were behind in this one, but they were always focused on the next step. And when you do that, you're able to look at what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. And they get the equalizer for their efforts. Anytime you're getting jostled by a defender and they're trying to shove or push you off the puck, you have to find ways to get low and maintain your balance on your edges. And he does a fabulous job of it while maintaining possession because he's got great hands. But most importantly, I think it's the will, the second effort to stay on that puck that leads to the goal.
Anaheim's evened it up right before the end of the first period. So what becomes the message now in the locker room, Cheryl?
Well, you want to start the second the way you finished the first, right? And I think that's the pivotal thing is you want to make sure that you have urgency right from puck drop. And sometimes you don't want that break, James, because you're coming off of a shift. You score the goal. You want to keep it going.
Reads it perfectly and comes up with the takeaway. Some solid defensive work in their own end with the poke check. Quick pass to Henrique. And the officials are going to play on here.
Well, yeah, I mean, this icing is going to be waved off. Coaches love this kind of intensity by their players. You get in a quick race to keep your feet moving and let the game go on.
This is by number 45. Second, Sinecki. And by number 2, Jackson.
Down the left wing and into the offensive zone.
Time to go. 15:59 remaining in the first period of the playoffs. That's Alex Galore. His first goal of the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Beckett Sinecki and Jackson Lecole. At 15 minutes, 59 seconds in the first period of the playoffs.
He got all on that one. Passes the puck over to Emberson. Can't maintain possession after that hit. Oh, we'll get some tired defenders as icing is the call.
Let's have a look at that last hit. I mean, that was absolutely huge, James. You know that this is a momentum changer. You can see the bench erupt with that one.
Here in the late going of the frame, we got a tie game. Dickinson's got it, and they'll go on the attack here in the offensive zone. Answered the call on that play. Moves it quickly over to Lecole. And some textbook body contact there. Nice zone entry on the left side.
Less minute play in the first period.
Takes the feed from the wing. Passes it over. Edmonton's got the puck. Angles it over to Dickinson. Anaheim's got possession here in the neutral zone. Oh, great play to sidestep the poke check. Anaheim's got the puck against the half wall. Quick feed to Gudas. Too much traffic in the lane. Oh, what a stop there with time winding down. And that'll put a bow on the first 20 minutes of action here tonight. We've got lots more still to come. Second period is just around the corner.
Hey everyone, it's Son of Beast, Unleashed Beast, and across the other side of it, we have it as Chris the Beast and me Phone 11. We welcome you to the first intermission of tonight's game, the Pacific matchups between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. So far, this part of the game is really in close condensed scores. Start off with the Edmonton Oilers from Zach Hyman, who had 2 goals in the game, and 1 goal on the other hand happened to be with Poling and Alex Killorn. Let's have a look at the status here, and I will send it over to you, Mr. Chris the Beast. What is your take here for the first period statistics? Well, to start off, had to be the score oftenly, and well, we mentioned it before about the Edmonton Oilers. They are starting to do this one, obviously, on the start, knock down to its opponents, and it's quite really hard to say that this really means the Edmonton Oilers is really trying to do all their luck. No possibility he was able to do for it. A change of it doesn't really stoke it out. But anybody that plays better, he really had to handle it out. You know, this is the big finishing that we were really doing it for. And I was seeing things from Anaheim Ducks who had a lot of big late communication feeds. They really are starting to do much trouble. This is a downtime that they're really trying to do, and I know this is not the right way to try to figure this out. So therefore, the Oilers, they've got to start off with a lead, but the Anaheim Ducks, they just keep coming back. All right, let's have a look at the action trackers here. On this time, the 2 goals is made for Zach Hyman and 1 goal for Alex Killorn. This is the big shots right in the range, and a lot of big smackdown with the hits on the other side of it that shows things off around the other end. For my take, I will now send to MePhone11 for your thoughts for the Edmonton Oilers. They've been slammering things out. How do you see it? Well, I gotta say that this was the craziest one. Nothing to say that Edmonton Oilers have been starting off with the great goals in the game. And I bet you leave it. The only change up, but I'm really seeing things. The Oilers are really making a lot of communication. They really are trying to look back into the postseason and then try to keep on winning and winning. They're the higher teams to be remembered of. The Edmonton Oilers are not really one of the better teams to get things down in the action, but the big goals in this strategy is a lot harder than expectation. I mean, I have never seen how the Edmonton Oilers been doing it for. The long-awaited approachment, it really does give it off to everybody. This is definitely what we all expected to see. The Oilers are keeping things right back on target. Let's go over to you, Centerpiece, about the Edmonton Oilers to the Anaheim Ducks. Well, the Ducks are really starting to make that one go back and forth with it. They're really trying to pull up a muscle here. This is from the head coach that we were explaining things. We're really on a hard line. This is game 3, and we have to play confidently to get back into the zone. Don't want to see anybody complaining or anybody that's knocking things out of the way. But when I see that Edmonton Oilers are trying to do a hard job, it's not the right choice. No better position to be here for anything. This is really what they all have to do to get back into the game. I know this is not what the Oilers are seemingly to do but for Anaheim Ducks, they really are starting to get things a lot knockdowns to a mess. Pretty much it's everything what Mighty brings. And Edmonton, they're over the limit. Alright, let's see what happens with the scoring predictions for you guys about the end of the second period. Who do you think will take the lead, and who do you think is going to be stumped out? I'm going to say Edmonton Oilers are going to say it's a 3-2 lead, and Anaheim Ducks are really starting to get too much feedbacks here, but Edmonton, I think it's going to be a 3-2 here for the second of the period. And how about you, MePhone11? What is your take on for the second period after that? Too much to call afterwards. I'm going to say that looks like Edmonton Oilers may not be the best choice of it. I'm going to say Anaheim might be taking you over with 3-2 lead. Maybe they might have to show things up or just get stumped down for anybody. That may not be helpful, but hey, it's going to be like a harder game to get things right on target. No line can do if they can. Alright, let's go back down and see what takes on for the end of the first intermission as James and Cheryl stands by for the start of the second period. We'll see you folks later, everybody, for the second intermission after the second period. Let's get back into work. Guys, all yours.
And we are just moments away from the start of period number 2. And we are underway, still tied up here in the second. Let's get the talented Cheryl Pounder back into this one. What do you make of the first 20 minutes of action?
The Ducks are going to need to find a way to stay connected and gain some speed through the neutral zone, James, because they're really not getting into the offensive zone with any speed at all. And guess what? That's why they're not getting any shots on net. They're lucky this game is still tied.
That's just textbook positioning to break up the play. On the attack along the boards. There's a big hit in the corner. We got a whistle as the puck's frozen. Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. You can feel the energy in this crowd. It's a tie game. Edmonton's got it, and they're on the attack. Oh, read it perfectly. What a save. And he takes the feed. Puck grab by Granlund. Anaheim's got him along the wall. Moves it to Granlund. And they got caught up in traffic and hits a stick. Quick pass to Kapanen. And now he moves it to Bouchard. Puts it on net. Denies him. He got all of it. Moves the puck to Karlsson. Anaheim's got it in their own zone. Offside the call. We'll get a face-off coming up. Some last-second communication before both teams get ready to drop the puck here. And they win that draw at center. The Ducks take the puck through the neutral zone. The Oilers have it from their own end. Moves it over to Draisaitl. Anaheim's regained possession of the puck. Great feed from the left side. Centering pass in front. And he shuts down a great scoring chance there.
Ingram's made an incredible save there. Not sure how he kept that out of the net. Just really athletic. I mean, you have to be acrobatic to be able to get to the top of your crease like that. But he read it perfectly to be able to make the save and keep it at bay.
Anaheim's got the puck inside the offensive zone. Here's a short pass to Karlsson. Moves the puck along the half wall. Moves it quickly over to Zellweger. Redirected in front. I think that went off his pad. They are really buzzing here in the offensive end. Drives it to the net. Over to the boards to McTavish. Dishes it off again. Dishes to Karlsson. Oh, good stop on the play. Puck scooped up against the wall. Another chance. And there's the whistle as the goaltender will give his team a much-needed rest. A critical face-off looming here, and let's see if they can maintain that offensive momentum.
Well, you know that the defensive side is vulnerable right now with a tired tender, and on the offensive side, you got to recognize that vulnerability and you have to attack the net.
Slides the puck to Roslovic. Oh, a great hits-up play to force the turnover by Karlsson. Shuts him down. He tips it, scores! And with that strike, they've gone in front.
Well, I've really liked their game tonight. I mean, you always have to manage the ebbs and flows, but when you grind away and you continue to trust the process, you get opportunity, and they converted on it. On a deflected shot, everyone always talks about the stick positioning. How about the timing to get to the slot area as well, and the ability to just tap it down and redirect it?
Anaheim's push here in the second is paying off as they now lead by 1.
Well, you can certainly see the energy shift in the bench and the coaching staff talking to the team about continuing to push, keep the pedal to the metal here. While you have your opponent down, you got to attack.
Quick feed to Karlsson. Moves the puck. Anaheim's at the back end. Feeds it over.
Sinecki's running and gunning tonight, James. He got the go-ahead goal earlier, and now he's looking for more.
And look who's at it again.
Well, it's the second of the game. Too bad you can't bottle these games up and just recall them whenever you want because he's been all around the net. Well, this is just a fabulous shot. When you're in that high slot area, you know that you're going to be closed upon quickly, so you got to have a quick release. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the accuracy. If it's quick and it's on, you're going to score.
The Ducks have extended the lead to 2 now here in the second.
Yeah, and sometimes as an athlete, you take a bit of a breather here, and sometimes that frees you to continue to play and attack, but sometimes it leads to complacency. You don't want to give any edge to your opponent when you have them down.
Score by number 45.
Trouba stick handling in his own zone.
Closest by number 91. Leo Carlson. And by number 17.
Receives the puck in the corner. The Oilers
Time to go, 4
hold the
minutes,
puck in their
38
own
seconds
end.
in the second period of playoffs. That's
McDavid's
Sinecki, his first goal in the game, his second goal in the playoffs. Closest by Neil
Stahl's been a
Carlson
consistent
and
presence in
Alex
the crease,
Gilroy.
James. I mean, he's made
4
the
minutes,
stops
38
he's needed to, but his
seconds in the
team's playing
second period of
extremely
the
well, and
playoffs.
that's why they have a comfortable lead.
Still a lot of time left in the period as we approach the midway mark. Anaheim's really controlled the pace of play these last few minutes, leading by 2. Dismiss that chance. And he takes the feed. And he's ridden off the puck. And now it's grabbed by Terry. Anaheim's out the line. Too much traffic in the lane. Covers it up, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Teams are ready for the draw. The linesman about to drop the puck. Edmonton's got the win off that draw. They try to maintain possession inside the defensive zone. Fires it on net. Big stop right there. The Ducks get a hold of the puck along the boards. Anaheim's looking to break out. Penalty coming up here.
Edmonton has a 2-minute minor penalty on number 42 for cross-checking.
Penalty.
Well, cross-checking is the call here, and that's going to be the pounder special. Anytime you move your hands away from your body and you get your opponent, you know it's going to be called every single time.
Power play unit comes out for the face-off.
Well, they've earned their first power play of the game. A tone setter right here and an opportunity to look
Edmonton
at the
penalty
coverage on
number
the
42,
setup.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Gasperi
And the
captain.
left wing, they gain the
Second
zone.
penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 7 minutes, 27 seconds.
And the goaltender
That's
comes
2-minute
up
minor
with a piece of
penalty
it to keep
on
it
the
out of
Edmonton
net.
Oilers. Gasperi captain, number
Streaking
42.
through center, they
Or
go to
2-minute
attack.
cross-checking. Second penalty in the second period of the playoffs, 7 minutes, 27 seconds for Anaheim power play.
Big hit, and that frees up possession. Puck scooped up by Carlson. Looking to make something happen at center. And he sidesteps the check
Anaheim
there.
goal, his second goal in the playoffs, his
Anaheim's
second
got
goal in the
possession
game,
of the puck.
scored by number 17, Alex
Travis is
Gilroy.
lugging the puck.
Assisted by number
The Ducks take
74,
it across
John
the blue
Carlson.
line. Here's
And
the
by
pass to
number
the middle.
45,
And
Beckett
that's
Zemecki.
stopped.
Time to go
Into the
5 minutes,
wall
30
by
seconds in the
Seneca.
second period of the playoffs. That's Alex Gilroy, his second goal in the playoffs, his second goal in the game. He's assisted by John Carlson and Beckett Zemecki.
Here inside
They had
the
5
defensive
minutes, 30
zone, they
seconds
get
in
the
the
puck.
second period of the playoffs.
Shakes off the defender with some nifty moves. Shot! And makes the easy glove save. Lacomb's moving the puck through his own zone. Feeds it over to Seneca. And the puck escapes the zone, and they'll be forced to tag up. And he dodges the poke check there. Comes up with the stop.
These are the small space skills that some of these athletes have nowadays. They work on it continuously in practice. But to maintain possession while you're being jostled and shoved around, it's incredible to see the hand-eye coordination and the balance and the sequence to take it to the net.
The Oilers are back to even strength here.
Well, there's players on the bench that would kill for that opportunity. Just no urgency whatsoever from that power play unit and didn't generate any momentum.
Handles the pass. Love to the scores! The Oilers won the net!
We're going to talk about the goal, but how about getting to those tight spots in and around the paint, and then the ability to finish with a quick wrister. That's a great goal. Especially after that goal, they've cut the deficit within one.
Stoppage in play, offside the call. Well past the midway mark of this period, the Oilers have answered back in these last few minutes, but still need one more to even the score. Moves it to Carlson. Nice play, but the defender having none of that.
Well, when you're in open ice, sometimes the simple play is the best one to take. Killorn's having himself a multiple-point game tonight, James, and it's almost as if he wants the puck. And yeah, there's a difference tonight. He's playing on his toes. He's calling for the puck. There's more communication. The body language is great. Everything he's doing is generating a vibe for his team and his line mates. He's been outstanding.
Edmonton's been the busier team offensively with way more shots on goal, but they still trail in the second. And momentum on their side as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. And he's taken down the official's arm, signaling for a penalty. Here comes the call. The Ducks are being called.
Anaheim has a 2-minute minor penalty.
Important task for the PKers ahead of them, up by 1, and a real opportunity protected.
The Oilers are on the power play.
Edmonton's man advantage unit will take to the ice for the first time tonight.
On a 1-goal deficit on the power play now, you have to take advantage. You have to find a way to get the coverage moving and find good scoring
2-minute minor
opportunities.
penalty on Anaheim Ducks number 74 for tripping on John Carlson.
Here's a chance.
Town penalty in the second period, playoffs 7 minutes 46 seconds. That's 2-minute minor penalty on the Anaheim Ducks. John Carlson
Slides it
number
up to
74
Nugent Hopkins.
for a 2-minute tripping.
The Oilers
Town
cross
penalty in the
blue
second
line
period of the
attack.
playoffs 10 minutes
Oh, and a
46
misfire
seconds.
that goes right out of the zone.
Hyman's able to corral that pass. He's got the puck on his stick. You know he's dangerous. He's got 2 in the game, and he's looking for another.
Edmonton's got a hold of the puck now. With some open space at center. Quick pass to McDavid. Puts him away.
Sorry for jumping in, James, but that was a massive hit.
Here's a chance. Close save. How did he get a
Oilers
picked up along the boards by Nugent Hopkins.
His first goal of the playoffs, his first goal of the game.
Pass to Truba.
Score unassisted, number 16, Jason
The Oilers
Dickinson.
have it now.
Time to go in the second period of playoffs, 10
Takes
minutes
the
and 3
feed in the middle of the
seconds.
ice.
That's Jason
And that's
Dickinson, his
intercepted
first
by
goal of the
Truba.
playoffs, his first
And
goal
he
of the
passes
game.
it up ahead to
Unassisted
Truba.
by the team at 10 minutes, 3 seconds in
The
the second
Oilers
period
gain
of the
possession.
playoffs.
And we get a whistle as the goaltender decides to hang on to this one.
So I love what he's trying to do here, James. He wants to separate the body from puck, and that's exactly what you got to do. You got to play with a competitive edge and an intensity.
Henrique's at the face-off dot, ready to win this draw on the man advantage. Edmonton's got the puck after winning the defensive zone face-off. Along the right side into the offensive zone. Here's a great use of the stick right there to poke it away.
Carlson's penalty is almost expired.
The Oilers have it against the wall. How did he stop that one? The Oilers can't take advantage on the power play, and they remain a goal behind.
Well, they're going to continue to trail here because they weren't able to get the equalizer on the power play. A missed opportunity, and really, timing is everything, so they'll have to figure out a way to dictate pace and get back on the board.
Oh, excellent use of the stick as he knocks that one away. Goaltender covers it up, and we'll get a reset here.
There's a ton of pace to this game right now, and both teams trying to dictate with quick counters and how they're skating off the puck extremely fast, which is generating a ton of speed. And it's a track meet, trading chances at both ends.
The Oilers trail here in period number 2, but it hasn't been for a lack of effort. All sorts of scoring chances. And they take possession off the draw here in their own end. Slides the puck across to Kreider. Sends the pass down low. Puck picked up by Roslovic. They gain the zone from the left side. The Oilers have it from the corner. The Ducks scoop it up along the boards. Anaheim's moving it up the ice. Sends the feed in front. And he denies that great opportunity there. possession along the boards. Dishes it off. Chance on the deflection. Taken by Nurse. Edmonton's got the puck in the defensive end. Anaheim's got possession at center. Exploring options here inside the defensive zone. Here they come on the attack down the left side. On the attack along the boards. Oh, and some lost momentum as the puck leaves the zone. Grabbed along the boards by Seneca. Looking for space inside the D zone. Coming to the front of the net. Oh, he got all of that. What a save by Ingram. The Oilers have had more opportunities tonight, but at some point they need to start finishing here late in period number 2. Moves it quickly over to Ekholm. Takes the feed. Turns it over. Gains the zone along the right wall. With the steal. Edmonton's on the attack. Good heads-up defensive play as he extends the stick. Anaheim's moving it along the wing. Along the half wall with the puck. Slides it across. Quick feed to Hyman. Avoids the poke check. The Ducks gain control of the puck against the wall. Feeds it on over to Gudas. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Ekholm's taking it from his own end. Intercepted in the offensive end by Johnston. Edmonton's crossed the line and on the attack. Let's go! And we're all tied up!
Yeah, we are, James, and you can certainly feel them coming, couldn't you? I mean, the energy was starting to shift, and they get rewarded with that goal. They get the equalizer, James, and really they've been rewarded for their efforts. They got down in this game, but they continue to chip away press, and now they find themselves at evens.
Resulted in an equalizer here tonight.
As an athlete, you always know the end of the period is critical time, and you want to maintain pressure, and you want to gain momentum heading into the third. That goal did just that.
Right up the gut, here they go. Looking to set up offensively. Battle along the wall. And the middle frame almost done. Puck gets loose and gets the flow again here. Glove save made by Ingram. Wallen's got the puck in his own zone. Takes it to the net. The Ducks gain control of the puck. Gudas plays it now. Here they come up along the wing. Breakaway. Oh, denies him on the play.
And this is a great play by the tender to anticipate and get across to make that save.
Fires it. Well, there you go. We played 40 minutes. Final chance for the coaches to push their messages home, and we'll see the third period coming up in just a matter of moments.
Hey everybody, Son of Beast again, along with Chris and me, Phone 11. Welcome to the second intermission of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs of the NHL 26. This is a tie-ish game. So far, no power play scores have been made between Anaheim or Edmonton, but therefore, just couple games of the scoring chances happen to be Edmonton. First, it was Dickinson, and then it was Savoie that tied things up here in the second period. But therefore, that leadoff did turn out to be Alex Killorn's 2 goals in the game, but I didn't really think it was going to happen afterwards. All right, let's have your thought about your opinion about how they were coming back for Edmonton to have it all tied up in the second period of the intermission of the statistics, Chris the Beast. Well, I'll tell you what now. I mean, the Anaheim Ducks is really getting a lot much done. And because of Alex Killorn, he's just finishing up 2 goals in this game. But for Edmonton Oilers, they're starting to get a lot of fight messages back. They're getting a lot of total shots on the goal. They got it all right into the money line. Here's what I mentioned to say about this. The Oilers are really starting to have powerful hits. This messaging is going to definitely take a fight back to the world. And I mean, they're not really done with this yet. They're really trying to get things smashing. No better kill would ever do the option. I'm seriously now, what I wanted to say, this is what I wanted to see what Edmonton Oilers are really doing it for. They're really trying to put it back into Anaheim Ducks. But as for a moment of time rolls on, it doesn't get anything better that they really wanted to do for. They're really starting to get a lot of help and need. There are no desperates, nothing. They really are doing all of it they can. All right, let's have a look at the action trackers over here. As you see now, that as Matthew Savoy's 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 shots at the game, only 2 plus for the minus, right in between the ups and downwards on the angle. And Alex Killorn, on the other hand, he only had 2 goals in the game, only 4 shots. That wasn't pretty how insane enough he was going to be able to make. If he has 3 goals in the game, that means the leadoff could be turned over to have 3 goals of the hat trick. Part of the playoff may not be easy enough, but that's certain to be anything. A lot of hits, pretty much pay any penalties that was given by Anaheim and Edmonton. But as for the hits in the middle and the scoring goals was only 2 of each. That was already changed out. Nobody has ever seen how they were able to do so much of that push pace back and forth. No matter what they did, that's pretty much all they are getting. All right, so let's see what the total statistics happen as they're clearing the message for the Oilers. Me for 11. What is your take on that? Well, they are starting to get a lot of improvements. This coach is going to definitely put one final push. And if there is a leadoff that's happening, that's for Edmonton Oilers with the good news. I mean, I don't know how they're going to be able to do that. This is really what everybody's watching this on. They've got to see the fans. You got to see the love from the reaction from the crowd. The home teams really wanted to improve it all since they made it all the way to the finals last postseason against the Florida Panthers as they are in the back-to-back Stanley Cup finalists. I mean, they really are starting to get a lot of hectic way. They really need to find anybody to try to change it up. I mean, I know it's not really the easy choice. Let's say this. If you want the Edmonton Oilers, you got to prove them all. How about you for the Anaheim Ducks or Centerbeast? Well, Ducks really are starting to get a lot of bang downs. I mean, that's mighty quacks for real. But one problem is that there is a penalty that happened to John Carlson, a transfer from the Capitals, and that made that one with a lot of hectic mistake that really had turned it over. I mean, there is nothing else he could change it up for. But anything for Anaheim and for the Edmonton, if you mess something up, that must be on you. So that's definitely what Alex Killorn might have to choose for. And watching John Carlson had to watch from the penalty. This is definitely not a great situation. Now what we need to do is they're going to have to try and keep it tied, or they could have someone could take over the lead, if anything. And speaking of which one here, what is your leadoff and what's your final prediction for game number 3, and we'll be moving on to the next round against the Knights? I'm going to say it's going to be Edmonton Oilers. That's my take. I want to see this rematch. There's no way that you can never mess up on Connor McDavid. The three monsters are my only ones. I want to see how they can definitely do for. Well, I'm going to say Anaheim Ducks. I want to get them to see back into Alex Killorn. Get 3 of them net, and then right into the leadoff. Well, you're mine, man. I'm definitely paying it off for you, man. See about that if you don't think about it for real. That might be all or nothing. All right, you guys, I know this is definitely with the battle of this matchup, but hey, it's anybody's game afterward. Go Oilers! I want them to root for anything. Oh, no way. Roll, Ducks, roll. Okay, guys. It's a battle chaos going on. Canada against USA. Let's see what happens with the third period as we go back to Rogers Place. James, all yours. See you folks later for the post-game show. It's go time.
Opening face-off for period number 3 is ready to go. And we are underway here in the third, still evened up. Will we see that go-ahead goal here? Jostles the puck loose. Moves it to Lacole. Sends the pass over. And he takes a shot. Oh, it almost fooled him, but he saves it.
He's been chomping at the bit all game long. Just look at his highlight pack. Multiple scoring chances here. Finally edges it out and finds the back of the net. But you got to look at him and say, listen, he didn't get frustrated. His coaches, his teammates are certainly going to applaud him for his efforts in this one. He's had a solid game and finally gets rewarded.
Lots of time left in this period. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Takes it and looks ahead. Fires it. Stopped by the goaltender. Feeds it to Seneca. Handles the puck. Quick pass to Trouba. A shot. Oh, it stays out. He got a piece of that one.
The key to being a great goaltender is not giving up second shot opportunities, and it's playing the rebounds to the corner. He does an excellent job here.
Trying to keep a hold of the puck after that play. Picking up steam in the offensive zone. Anaheim's got the puck along the boards. Can't complete the pass as it goes off a stick. Here's a short pass to Granlund. Anaheim's got it along the wall. Comes up with the stop and he got a piece of the block. Quick stop.
This is a really nice save, James. And in the he's assisted by number 97. He's got to get to the top of the crease square of the puck to be able to make that save. Great job.
Sends it in deep. Anaheim's got the puck along the wall.
Abby's away. His first goal in the game. This is by Connor McDavid.
It's not
18 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period of
play. At the
playoffs.
same time and get these high-quality shots off.
Steps across the line and on the attack down the right side. Here's a shot, and he was ready for that save. Moves it in front. And he opts to backtrack here on the play. They score! A clutch goal gives them the lead.
Well, it's very timely, isn't it, James? To give them the lead, and also the confidence that they've shown these past few shifts have led to that opportunity. When a game is tight, you really got to roll up the sleeves, and it's always about the details, and it's often the leaders of the team that have the good habits that lead to opportunity, and they certainly needed this one. You can see it on the bench right now.
The Ducks have to be feeling good about themselves after taking the lead with that goal here in the third.
Yeah, and it's not much of a cushion the way this game has gone back and forth, James, but it's something. You're in the lead, so now you want to continue with that tempo. Find a way to push your opponent back. Continue to punch and press.
Likes the puck into the offensive zone corner. Moves it quickly over to Paling. Takes the pass. Anaheim's got a hold of it against the wall. Knocked away. Looks to pass it to Kapanen. Coming down.
Anaheim goal. His first goal in the playoffs. His first goal in the game. Scored by number 19.
Quick pass across to Paling.
This is the guy number 25, Brian Hurd. Taylor number 64, Miguel Brennan. Stanley with 3:57 remaining in the third period of the playoffs. Troy Terry, his first goal in the playoffs. His first goal in the game. By Brian Hurd and Miguel Brennan. At 3:57 in the third period of the playoffs.
Feeds the puck over to Killorn.
The Ducks' top line is on the ice, and anytime they're on the ice, they create opportunity. It's because of their motion and their gifted offensive talents. They love the offensive zone. It's their playground.
Puck clears the zone, and they'll be forced to regroup. Edmonton's got the puck. Quick feed to Henrique. Through the neutral zone now, picking up steam. Picked up along the wall by Dickinson. And puts the body into it, a little bumper car hockey. Here's a chance. into the slot. And that's off a stick. The Ducks carried along the wall. And that nullifies that threat for the moment. Puck grab by Trouba. Tries to get it over to Terry. Passes out front. Oh, he comes up with a stop. Takes a shot. Save made by the goalie.
You can certainly tell that the goaltender is dialed in on that last sequence of saves, James. He's to position, so he finds a way to make multiple saves back-to-back.
Dostal's going to pounce on the puck to get a whistle here, and there's a strategy to this one.
It is, and it's a good strategy. Listen, they've been outplayed, and he's been phenomenal in the net, and every play matters, and the right one right now is to pounce on this puck, get the whistle, and reset the tone in your own zone.
Big-time stop there. Moves it to Kreider. Nice zone entry from the left. Cuts into the paint. Decides to think about it. And that's deflected. Misses a golden opportunity there. Sends a pass over. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Frederick. And that's picked off in the neutral zone by Lacombe. Passes it over. Quick pass to Trouba. Oh, and it makes the save, just not enough to keep it out. Sends it into the offensive zone. Anaheim's got a hold of it along the wall. Slides it on over to Lacombe. Anaheim's got the puck along the wall. Here's a short pass to Lacombe. Can't hang on to the puck after the play. Hyman's got it along the wing. Gets a piece of it to keep it out. Let's see what the officials are calling.
Anaheim has a 2-minute minor penalty on number 61.
The Ducks have been handed a 2-minute penalty for tripping.
Well, this is a critical juncture of the game. You've got the one-goal lead, and now you take a penalty. The PK unit has to be the task and kill this
The Oilers are on
The Oilers once again send out their power play unit.
A power play that can even the score here, James. It is massively important that they create some kind of momentum in their favor on this one.
2-minute minor penalty on Anaheim number 61 for 2-minute tripping on Cutter Belfield. Time and penalty in the third period of the playoffs. 10 minutes and 30 seconds. That's 2-minute minor penalty. Number 61, Cutter Belfield for 2-minute tripping. Time and penalty in the third period of the playoffs on the power play. 10 minutes, 30 seconds.
Undermanned. And now it's over to Killorn. Unable to reach that one. And that's taken away in the offensive end by Killorn. Moves it quickly over to Lacombe. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Quick feed to Killorn. Oh, and somehow he gets a sliver of it and keeps him at bay. Slides the puck into the offensive zone. The Ducks will kill off a few extra seconds now. Oh, and he tracks it perfectly. Scores! On the power play, we are back to even.
So how you love to see this, James, and as a coach, you know how much work that goes into a power play. You need to have chemistry, you have to have motion. You got to keep the PK guessing. They did all of it, and they got rewarded. Power play strikes, James, and that's excellent movement along the perimeter and just waiting for your time to get it to the middle of the ice and execute. That's a great slot shot. Here. They've got the equalizer now. It's a matter of now attacking and finding a way to get on top.
And a great save!
As a goaltender, you have to be able to read and anticipate the play. He does it perfectly and is able to negate the shot.
Carlson's going to play it against the half wall. Receives the pass. Taken along the wall by Granlund. They've really got him on their heels here now. Along the half wall. And there's the save.
Oilers!
And they skated out of the danger zone. The Ducks have a hold of it in the defensive zone.
Jones has scored the
On the left side, he moves it up ahead.
On the power play, number 96.
Oh, they telegraphed the pass, and he picks it up. Anaheim's got possession
Time
of
of
the
the
puck.
power play minute in the third period. 11:45 in the playoffs. Kid Bowman is scoring a power play goal. Unassisted by a team in the third period. On the power play minute,
Past the
11:45
halfway
in
mark
the
of this
third
period,
period of the
we are
playoffs.
all tied up in this one. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Moves it to McDavid. Quick shot! Off target! Feeds it over! Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Dishes it off! Oh, and he steps up with the glove to stop that one. A big face-off here inside the offensive end. The Ducks will start off on the attack after winning the draw. The Oilers have it from their own end. Anaheim's got possession here in the neutral zone. Takes a shot. Oh, what a stop with the blocker by Ingram.
Well, a nice save by the goaltender, and even better is that he redirects the puck to the corner to safety.
Johnson's got it in the offensive zone. Gudas takes the puck.
You can feel the energy in the building right now in this tight game. The pressure is on. You have to find a way to embrace it at this moment.
Great extension on his part to poke it away. Loses the coverage there. And that carries off a stick. Knocks the puck loose after a solid hit. Quick pass to Minchikov. And he avoids the poke check with some great edge work. The Ducks played along the wing. And he takes the pass. In front of the net, and the goaltender covers up for a whistle on the play. This is a face-off they'll definitely want to win here inside the offensive zone. The Oilers win the defensive zone face-off. Takes the feed. Ekholm's got it in the defensive end. Oh, just a great heads-up play. He might have a step here. He's in the clear. Pass it across. A big draw looming here in the offensive zone. The Oilers win the draw. Here they come. Slides it across. The Ducks get a hold of the puck in their own end. Here's a short pass to Terry. The Ducks played along the boards. Moves it quickly over to Trouba. Here's a shot. And that caroms off one of his teammates in front. Anaheim's going to play it along the blue line. Oh, what a slick stop by Ingram. The Oilers will play it to the neutral zone. Grabs the puck at center. With possession along the wall. Anaheim's got the puck. And he takes the feed. Quick feed to Lacombe. And he loses control of the puck. Edmonton's got it in their own zone. Great stick work with the steal. And we are still tied as we approach the final minute.
Last move of play in the third period.
Turned aside with the glove by Ingram.
Any coach or player will tell you that you just need your goaltender to make a big save at the right time. It's not always about the quantity, but it is the quality. Kind of reset the temperature in the game. And I think he's doing a fantastic job of anticipating, cutting down his angles, and really challenging at the top of his crease.
Here in the late goings of the period, it's all tied up. The Oilers start with the puck in their own end. Moves it to McDavid. Shot! Close save, and he handles it with ease. Dostal's going to hang on to the puck for a whistle. A lot on the line here in this offensive zone faceoff. The Ducks win the draw on their own end. Working the puck deep inside their own end. Good hit on the play. There's the whistle, icing the call. Big face-off looming. A critical draw here. And they win the face-off and set up to go on the attack. And that caroms off a body in traffic. And now it's grabbed by Killorn. They've got some momentum here. Picked off by Emberson. McDavid's crossed the line and is on the attack now. Tremendous block on the play.
And the bench really erupts on that one because otherwise it would have been in the back of the net.
Just wide. Takes the puck behind the net. 7 seconds left.
And that will end the regulation period. The score is even between Edmonton and Anaheim, 5. All right, what a crazy game this is as we welcome you to the overtime show. For those of you who have already missed watching this part of the highlights, here's how they did in every of each periods from game 3 of 1 to the 3rd.
That's good.
All right, for your thoughts about how this happened with each period, what is your take and how do you see that reaction from the fans of it? Well, they're starting up to be how great it is. I mean, the appearances, how that changed out to be anybody, but as you may have noticed it before, this was currently like, it's not the better choice I'm looking for. I was not hoping for Anaheim to be a dirty Ducks or any kind of like tremendously how they were doing off-plane sign, and you know they definitely are trying to like make that mess up in the move, and they're really trying to do all they can. Now they're really trying to get that one messing in their ways. They can't get it back. They just did not have any choices what was responding or anything. Looks like that the Anaheim Ducks might be losing their timeout position, and looks like Edmonton Oilers, they could be the next one to win it all. And how about you, Me411? What do you see afterwards? Well, big takes doesn't mean to be anything. I mean, what's that hard part of the game? I mean, they are still tied, and looks like the overtime could be the winner. So that way, if they win that goal, I mean, that could be it. This could be all the game that might be astounding in 4. You never know how this is going to happen with that. And who do you think is going to be a prediction winning in overtime to see who will to get the next goal in? Probably my take is going to have to be Leon Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers. I would love to see what the Edmonton's got. The Oilers are going to sweep down the Ducks and then go back to Vegas. Hopefully they do this one again. This is my take, and I'm really hoping to make that excitement. This is a dreams come true there, baby. Nothing you can mess up on the Monsters. I'm going to say the Anaheim Ducks, I think Alex Killorn might just have it over to Sinek, and I think Sinek might win this game, or Jacob Trouba. You know what? I'm going to say that Sinek might win the game. I'm going to see if the Sinek wins the draw, and then hopefully the pass back to him from Alex Killorn if they win the overtime goal. When maybe that might be the right choice. Well, we'll see what happens with that. All right, guys, thank you so much. And, well, this is anybody's game, fellas. 50-50 chance. I mean, the hard bet is going to be on Chris Sabise's pick and the Me411's pick for tonight's part of the game. So, let's see what they can have. And tonight is the big night. Winner of this one will be facing against the Vegas Golden Knights. and T-Mobile Arena for game number 1 in round 2. This overtime game is presented by your local Honda dealers. Overtime starts now.
The moment of truth has arrived. Overtime is set to go. Sudden death overtime is underway. Anaheim's got control of it now from their own end. The Ducks will play it from the defensive zone. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Rocked them in the open ice. Handles the puck at the point. Quick pass to Carlson. Fantastic save! And the puck stopper jumps on top of it to get a stoppage in play. A big face-off here inside the offensive end. The Oilers win it in the defensive zone. Slides the puck over. Takes it from the other side of the blue line. And that's turned aside. Anaheim's got it in their own zone. And he slides it quickly to Killorn. And that pass goes off a stick. Forces the turnover and comes up with the puck. Oh, and the puck clears the zone. They'll be forced to do this one over. Moves the puck. Taken by Carlson. Uses the force on that hit. Loses possession after he takes a little hit. And he makes the save. Goaltender covers up and will get a face-off. This is a face-off they'll definitely want to win here inside the offensive zone. The Oilers win that offensive zone face-off. Stops him cold. And that's broken up in the defensive zone by Zellweger. A big draw looming here in the offensive zone. Edmonton's going to start with the puck inside the offensive zone. Stop that one.
Rebound control is critical in the game of hockey. Putting it to the corner, and now the offensive player has to hound the puck.
Shot! There's a save by Dostal. Draisaitl's got control of the puck in the corner. Anaheim's got it into the offensive zone. Here's a shot! Oh, and he just gets a piece of it to keep it out! A lot on the line here in this offensive zone faceoff. Can they take advantage after winning that draw? Here's a short pass to McTavish. Moves the puck across to Kapanen. The Oilers take it along the wall. Game on a stick! Dostal's going to hang on for a whistle. A critical draw here. And they win the defensive zone faceoff. And he takes the dish. Anaheim's got the puck against the half wall. Moves it quickly over to Minchikov. Oh, he got a piece of it to keep it out. Takes the cross-ice pass. Quick feed to Kapanen. Referee's hand goes up in the air. We got a delayed penalty coming up here. There's the whistle. Here's the call. The Ducks have been handed 2 for interference.
Everyone has a role on a team. This PK unit right now in overtime has to do a job if they want to remain in the game.
Time penalty in the overtime period, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. That's 2-minute minor penalty for Cutter Gustier on Anaheim Ducks, 2-minute
A
interference.
massive opportunity here in overtime. Power play on the ice. Face off in the O-zone. They got to find a way to convert on this and get the game-winning goal.
Picked up along the boards by McDavid.
Correctly, James, but it was just a bullet of a shot from the point that had seen eyes.
Ladies, assistant line number 97, Connor David. And at number 93, Ryan Nugent.
And the fans are getting loud once again to salute the Warriors here, Cheryl.
Well, yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, this is the connection that you see between a fan base and their team, and it's a tradition, right? Come out on the ice, and you want to salute them and say thank you for providing energy throughout the game.
Well, that brings a fun night of hockey to the end for all of us here at EA Sports. I'm James Cebulski. She's Cheryl Pounder. We will see you next time at the
forward to you in the second round as they face against the Golden Knights. For the watch party at T-Mobile.
All right, thanks, James. And first Cheryl, what an exciting part of the
Please grab
match.
your seats
And as for
there.
it being said, the rumble is over. Oilers are moving on. Here to face stars. Matthew Savoy, 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 hits. He only makes this one to have a slapper and get that first goal in the net. That bounces off the pad and right toward the net. Second star player of the game goes to Alex Killorn with only 2 goals, 1 assist, and 4 hits. He only does this to having only 2 of each, but only assist won't matter to send it right to Alex Killorn and a good shot. And tonight's first star for the game winning in overtime, Evan Bouchard from Zach Hyman. 2 goals and 8 hits. Only made this to change it up with a smackdown. And here are tonight's free statistics, as we've got a big one skier. 54/51 total shots on goal for Anaheim, 42/41 for Edmonton, 13/31/437 for the Anaheim Ducks on the time on attack, 86/79 percentage of the pass effectiveness for Edmonton, 38/15 Edmonton Oilers, 6-minute penalty kill for Anaheim and 2-minute for Edmonton. And they've done 2 out of 3 power play goals with only 2 free 22 remaining. So the overtime winning goal was Edmonton Oilers. They secured it, and they're moving on to the next round to face against the Golden Knights at Vegas. So your prediction was correct. How do you feel about that energy? You know what? Edmonton, that's bringing it on. I mean, I told you this, me phone for 11. I told you that before. They're better than Anaheim Ducks. Okay. Well, you win that one. I mean, I just really have to say that this was a pretty intense game of the matchup. You know, well, it's a big game of this one, but hopefully second round is going to keep on happening things in. Well, hopefully you know it, that Edmonton might do it again. So Canada cannot be beaten down by one of the greats. Edmonton survives. No player to Canada would ever do in round number 1. Well, you guys asked for it so nicely. No patient would ever do things. But as for this win, that goes with the pass, and watch what happens. That only Evan Bouchard did that. And that is your win, folks. So the Edmonton Oilers had punched their way to the next round, and the Anaheim Ducks has come to the end of the season in the first round. So therefore, there's only one more game left to remain, and it's the final PA of the Battle of Pennsylvania between the Flyers and the Penguins. The winner of this one will be heading to Carolina to face against the Hurricanes, and that'll be tomorrow night here at 8:30 p.m. Don't miss out your next games, only on Son of Beast and the future home of the SOBeast Gaming. Then, as the Stanley Cup playoff continues, we've got a next round coming up right in the range as the Wilds take on the Avalanche here at Mile High. And then the other side of the game, as we will make its winning against the teams between the Canes, against the winning teams between the Flyers or the Penguins. And then after that one here, the next couple 2 games is right underway between the Lightning and the Sabres for the first part of the game. And the other side, Golden Knights against the Anaheim Ducks are the next part of the games. Stick around for the final game of round number 1.
In the meantime, thanks for watching, and so long for as a while as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports Style. This is Son of Beast, along with Chris the Beast, me Phone 11, James Cebulski, and Cheryl, and a whole entire crew. You've been watching the Stanley Cup playoffs of the Western Conference first round on EA Sports Style. We'll see you next time. So long, everyone, and good night in Edmonton.
If you don't, somebody will.